Welcome back to Kalman Web Design. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a responsive website header with HTML and CSS. So the first thing I want to start off with, right within my body element, is going to be a section. Type in a nav element. Then inside of that nav element, we're going to want to type our first div element here. This div element is going to house our image, which is going to actually be our logo. So type in your image and obviously use your logo for this. Don't use my logo. That would be cool if you did, but don't do it. And make sure you don't forget to add your alternative text. That helps you with SEO purposes and if anybody has a disability. I'm also going to make the width of it 55 pixels for now. We're going to come back and style that a little bit different later on. Create another div element inside of our nav element. As you guys can see right here, we have a body so far, a section, a nav, a div, and then another div below that. And here is where we're going to start adding our actual links that you're going to be able to click on. So this is the exciting part, and we're just going to use simple anchor elements for this. Include the links to our website pages that we're obviously not going to have in this video, but this will show you guys how to do it. So home is obviously going to be your index.html page. And go ahead and type in the words home. Then we just want to copy this and paste it below and start filling it out. And as you can see, now I have all 4 links that I want: my home page, my products page, my about page, and my contact page. Now we can save that. And as you can see, now I have my logo and the links that I want for my website. This is gonna do it for the structure of our header itself. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding our classes that we are going to come back to in our style sheet and actually start styling our page here. So first on the nav element, we wanna add a class of main menu, and I'm gonna make these really descriptive. So if you guys are doing this, especially if you're a beginner, you know what you're changing when you start styling your page. Then to your image, add a class of menu logo. You want to add to the actual links themselves a class of main menu item. Now on each anchor element, you're going to want to add a class called menu text. Make sure you copy this on each of your anchor elements. Go ahead and save it. And as you can see, nothing happens on our live server because we haven't added any styles yet. All we have is the structure of our HTML and the classes that we're going to use to actually style this page. Now what you want to do is make sure that your style sheet is linked to your HTML page, and then head over to your style sheet like I am here. What I always like to do is I like to change my global styles first. So come in here, add your asterisk, and then I usually just go with a simple font. Go ahead and make the margin 0. So now you can see everything is right up to the edge because we changed our margin to 0 and our font has changed. We're gonna start off with main menu from our HTML page. And if you guys remember, we already have all these classes set up in our index.html. I'm gonna start making the background color black. Then I'm gonna make the display flex so we can have all our items lined up correctly. Then I want our width to be 100% because I want it to take up the entire screen. Now we're going to align all of our items to the center so they're all in the middle and they're not floating around randomly and unevenly because we want to have a nice user experience on our website. Go ahead and save that. And as you guys can see, now we have our logo and our links all in a row. They're all evenly set, but we need to move our links over to the far right side and then get everything properly spaced out and add some margin and some padding to these elements. Now we're gonna move on to main menu items. Once you have main menu items added in here, go ahead and change your padding to something that you like. I like it to be, in this case, 20 pixels. So that's what I'm gonna do. You guys can do more or less depending on what you want. We're gonna add margin left and auto to get those elements all the way to the right. And now you can see we have our logo on the left side, we got our background color, and all of our links are spaced out to the right side where we want them. Type in our class menu logo, and then first I want this to be a width of 75 pixels. That's my preferred amount for this case. Again, you guys can do more or less depending on the logo that you have and how big you want it to be. And now we want to display this as a block because as you guys can see, we have that little bit of margin down here at the bottom of our logo because it is an image and we don't want that. So changing that to a block is going to go ahead and get rid of that little bit of space spacing at the bottom that we don't want, and just make it that much more user-friendly for the people that are going to be using this site. Now we're going to throw in some padding to actually add some space on the top and bottom of our logo here. So we're just going to do 0 pixels because we don't want any more there, at least I don't. Again, this is going to be subjective to what you guys want. So now we have our padding in here and it looks a little bit cleaner. It's more even on each side. Now the last thing we need to do is style our text over here, style our links to the rest of our website, and that's easy to do. Next we need to add our menu text class and then change our text decoration. I have a hard time saying that for some reason. To none. That's going to take away our underline under it. And then we want the text for this to be white so we have the maximum contrast here. So we'll simply change this to white like that, save it. And now we're just going to add in some padding so it's a little bit easier to read these links and they're not crammed up all right next to each other, and add 10 pixels worth of padding. And now as you guys can see, we have a completely responsive header for a full screen viewport that you can adjust to whatever size you guys want here, and it maintains all the styles, everything that we added. The logo stays, the fonts stay, everything is good to go. Later on, I'm actually gonna do a video where I make this completely responsive to where we change these links into a mobile button when it's on a cell phone or something, where the menu actually drops down using some JavaScript and some other styling of that nature. If you guys are interested in that, I will leave a link up top to it right now whenever that video is created. If you guys have any questions today, do not be afraid to reach out. I will help you out. If you guys need our professional web and marketing solutions at Kalman Web Design, reach out to us today through this video or go online to our website at kalmanwebdesign.com. Thank you guys.